really wanted to ensure that I go live today, even though this is kind of late for my taste. But I think the fact that I'm live is an important thing. Couple of things that I want to talk about here. So, in the morning, I realized that over the last few days, I've been waking up late. When I say late, I wake up at like 6:30, 7, and that is very late for me. I'd love to wake up at 4:35 and be up and running by 7, 8, because I think the best work that I do, thinking, doing, tinkering, all of that happens when I'm super early. I cannot do good work after about 12 or noon or 1 or whatever. So I need to wake up early. So that's my first thing. That's the first thing I'm going to implement, which also means that when I wake up for the first 2 3 hours, I don't want to talk to anything about anybody. I don't talk to anybody and talk to anybody about anything. I'd rather sit by myself, think on the internet, chat. For me, texting is not talking. I can text with a lot of people when I'm up and all of that. So the live is continuing. I don't know if the live is continuing or not. The other thing I will do is I will not do lives till about 10:30, 11. Because what happens is that I'm not in the mood to talk, and once I start talking, once the words come out, it becomes a different zone altogether. I'm a lot more okay to think and talk and text and all of that, but I don't want to talk per se. It's a typical millennial thing. A lot of people have made fun about it also, that you could be dying, but you will not call anybody. You will only text. So I'm that, and I'm okay with that. Stereotyping. I'm very okay with that. So that's that. The other thing that I want to do is I want to start writing a lot more, journaling a lot more. So I've been obviously journaling. It hasn't stopped. I do it a lot. A lot of it is in my notes, a lot of it is in my conversations. But I don't want to. What do you call it? I don't want to. Uh, uh, I want to start doing a lot more journaling, because right now I don't do any of that at all. In the sense that most of it happens when there is a need per se. Like, for example, last night I wasn't feeling good about a couple of things, so I wrote about it. A couple of days I have not been well, so I wrote about that. So most of my narrative writing, journaling happens when there is a trigger from outside. I want to make it a habit wherein I do it without the trigger. And I remember I used to do it when I woke up early. So I need to start doing that again. So that's that. The other thing that I have been thinking a lot about is that once I move, uh, let's say, my narrative and my conversation and my work from communication agency to AI, I don't know when and how that happened, but that shift looks inevitable. And then every passing day, I am getting more and more evidence and proof that I need to be in that space if I have to survive and make money. Um, Once that happens, I will have to figure out what is the best way to sort of go about that. I don't have a solution to that, and that's something that I want to think about. And I think the answers will come to me once I've sat down and thought about things, and when I've written things. In fact, I was telling somebody the other day, there are two ways when I think. The way I think, A, when I'm talking out loud to 15 people about things, that's when I get the best ideas. And B, when I write about those things, is when the clarity emerges. So my way of working is that I will talk to 3 4 people about the same thing. Like, for example, today I'm thinking about how to build my my new LinkedIn profile. So I've been talking to people about it, and I think I've reached a fairly okay stage in that journey. Now I need to sit down and write about what I've thought, and then once I've done all of that, I think the answers will emerge to me. So broadly, that is where my process is, and I want to include writing as a longer, larger part in that. So that's the other thing. What else is up? One thing that I want to talk about is that I just recently saw this message from Sahil Bloom, wherein it says that discipline is the highest form of self-respect, self-care. I think it speaks well to me, because I have not been a very disciplined man. I need to change that, and I want to operate more with that, and I want to have more discipline. So that's something that I'm thinking about, and I think that is something that will uh, help me find my path in terms of all the things I want to do and where I want to be going. So I think this is it, yeah. What else? I think this is it. I don't think we have any other thoughts per se, but with this I can take a break. Thank you so much for tuning in. See you around next time.